Hey guys, so as you can see, I'm wearing my Jaws inspired t-shirt, Orca being, of course, the name of the boat that Bruce completely decimates in the final act. Because today we're going to be talking about another Predator versus Man film, the most recent one, and I have to say, a very good one called Crawl. Directed by Alexander Asia and starring Kaya Scodelario and Barry Pepper. Crawl is a movie about a young woman who she goes to check on her father during a hurricane, and they get trapped inside their house, but they're not just dealing with this storm outside. There's something in the waters inside. So Crawl. Um, Off the bat, this movie is fantastic. I just saw this film and I loved it. I absolutely love it. Of course, it was produced by Sam Raimi and directed by Alexander Asia, who prior to this did another creature film. He did his remake of Piranha 3D, which was in its own campy, fun way, another awesome creature movie. But Jaws has always been the film that every Predator versus Man movie has had to live up to. Whether that animal is a mammal, a reptile, a fish, everybody compares it to Jaws. And the last time I saw a movie that I thought actually was a really decent, solid thriller was The Shallows, with Blake Lively. I actually really enjoyed that. But Crawl takes the cake, I have to say. I feel like Crawl deserves to share the gold medal with Jaws. So first of all, let's get into the stuff that I love, and that's the sound design and the visual effects of this film are knocked way out of the park. The sound these creatures make. Now, not everybody's been around alligators. I certainly haven't, unless it's visiting the zoo. But we know that they make this type of a hissing noise. And in this movie, it's so damn unnerving. It crawls up the back of your neck and it makes you so uncomfortable. And you tend to look at alligators, these giant predators, and they seem like they're slow moving, they're lumbering, but you can forget how vicious they can be, how quiet they can be in their movements. So the sound design, the look of these creatures blew me away. I honestly felt like I was looking at real alligators in this movie. It was just phenomenal. Huge props to them on the design. The use of the space as well, because most of it is taking place in a house. The use of the space, the basement, the house is really well done. You get this claustrophobic feel. There was a moment in the movie where it brought me right back to movies like Don't Breathe and The Descent, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The acting in this film, it's another two thumbs up. Both Barry Pepper and Kaya Scodelario, they do amazing jobs, and they're carrying this film because they're the main characters in this film. But the screenplay is really well written, guys, in the sense that we don't have your generic horror characters here making generic, stupid, cliched mistakes. These people are thinking everything through. Every decision they make, there's a reason for it. And another aspect that I loved in this film was the pacing and the editing, because yes, they do have moments of character development, which is usually very hard to do in a horror movie, unless what you see usually is the first act is used for that and everything kind of slows down and then the action kicks in. The fantastic thing that Alexander does here is he manages to have those moments within the movie itself, within the action itself. It doesn't stop the film dead, so to speak, to give us some exposition on why this character is the way he or she is. And further down the line, when they do something, or when you see them pull off a certain feat, you don't question it as being impossible, because you've been told before that this is what this character could do, and you've been told in a way that didn't feel like they were winking at the camera or anything like that. I thought that was so well done. This is such a solid movie. The only downside to this film for me was the throwaway side characters. They're just there to rack up the numbers. You probably see them soon on Dead Meat, the channel Dead Meat, which I absolutely love, by the way. And on a kill count, that's what they're there for. There's no development. There's no real. You don't really even care that these people are dying in horrible, horrible ways. But it looks good visually. It looks really good. That's the only real sore spot of this movie. And I guess it doesn't really matter because it's not about them. It's about these two characters and their fight for survival. So I was able to let that stuff go pretty easily. All in all, guys, I think Crawl is a fantastic thriller. It is one of the best Predator versus Man films I've seen in recent years, you know, with The Shallow being up there. But even in The Shallow, you know, the shark in that movie didn't look as fantastic as these alligators look. They really, really do look quite real. And I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. I had an absolute blast with it. I highly recommend checking it out in cinemas if you haven't as yet. And if this movie, if you've never heard of Alexander Asia before, and shame on you, you should definitely check out his other movies. You know, one of my absolute favorites of him is The Hills Have Eyes. He did the remake of that. And even Wes Craven, the original creator of that movie, praised his version of The Hills Have Eyes. So you know it's high praise when it's coming from one of the kings of horror himself, Wes Craven. So definitely go check out Crawl. And that's going to be it for this review, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It's really appreciated. If you guys want to subscribe to my channel, you can click on my face right over there. And for past videos, you can check them out over there. And until next time, guys. Bye-bye.